From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for July 10th, 2017. I hope you had a great weekend and are ready to get started trading this week. In today's video, I'm going to do a general overview of each of the U.S. currency pairs in anticipation of this week's trading, and I'm going to highlight some of the key levels that we will be looking for entry and exit opportunities. Now, it looks like we have a pretty slow start on the news calendar to start off this week, but it should pick up again by Wednesday. And as always, be sure to use appropriate risk management strategies in all trade setups. Let's get started here with the USD, CHF, the dollar franc. We're looking at the daily time frame. Over the past several days, we've actually seen a little bit of a rebound back higher again here for this currency pair. It has been a clear downtrend for the dollar franc, but like I said, the past week or so, it's been a pretty decent rebound for this currency pair. We found support down here at the green zone, 95.50 area. We settled out on top of support late last week on top of 9600, and now we're even challenging the 96.75 level, the blue shaded area here on the chart. We go back in time. We've studied this back in the live trade room last week. The area around the green zone, pink zone, and blue and yellow, even yellow shaded area back here on the left-hand side of the chart, and the historical implications of support and resistance. Let's go ahead and zoom it in one time here on this downtrend, and we can, even in the short term, put a little bit of a trend line right here. I think mostly if we're looking for resistance and a turn back lower in the direction of our downtrend, I think it would be prudent even to wait for it to even tackle into that trend line and closer to the yellow zone, which is closer to 9,700. That would give us a little bit better risk reward, I think, than selling here into the blue shaded area today, back towards the yellow shaded area. The risk there, of course, is if we're going to go short, the market breaks above there and goes higher. So I think that makes a little bit more sense to go short at the yellow shaded area than it does right now at the blue zone. Now, on the other side, if you think this rebound is going to continue, and we're going to see this continue to go higher, we don't want to buy it into the blue zone. 96.75.60 is the blue shaded area, and right now the market is clearly finding resistance right here at the blue zone. So it needs to break the blue zone if it's going to go up to the yellow zone or higher. Right now, support is being seen at the pink shaded area, 96.25, 9600, and of course back underneath there, we look for it to head back down towards the green zone at the bottom of the chart. 4-hour time frame doesn't really change all of that, just gives us a little bit of a zoomed in perspective to all of those levels. Clearly you can see, don't buy it right now. The last time we were here, it found resistance, went back down to the pink zone. If you're a buyer, it's the pink zone or above the blue zone. If you're a seller, again, I think the yellow zone becomes a little bit more appropriate for us for the dollar franc. Moving on over to the euro dollar, similar yet opposite situation. We're clearly in an uptrend. We've seen some hesitation up here at the uptrend, some resistance into the low 114s. 114.40, 35 is the green zone at the top of the chart. Let's go ahead and zoom it in on this. You can see that 1400, 1435 level, the green zone holding as resistance. So we don't want to buy it under the green zone. If we're going to buy this currency pair in the direction of the trend, the blue zone first would be your area to consider, maybe even closer to the black trend line, which would be the orange shaded area, and historical resistance right here as well. That's down closer to 112.85, 112.55, the orange shaded area. So buyers looking for a little bit of a pullback, blue or even the orange zone before you buy it, or I suppose the next reason to buy it would be a breakout above the green zone. If you're a seller and looking for a reversal for the trend, green zone at least gives you low risk and high reward, but I think your next clue would be the breakdown of the blue zone and the last support, or even a breakdown of the orange zone and the black trend line here for the euro dollar. 4-hour time frame won't change that any. It just shows that there's resistance at the green zone, support at the blue zone. If you're a buyer, the blue zone or orange zone become your better opportunities, or above the green zone. If you're a seller, green zone's becoming very interesting for the euro dollar. Let's take it on down to the GBP USD. Here it is into a short opportunity. It's been going lower for the past week or so, just the opposite of what we spoke about on the dollar franc even. Purple shaded area, 1.3000, 3030, found resistance at the purple zone, back under the green zone, 2935.65, and now we're all the way back down to the yellow zone, 2870, 2845. Finding support right there, nothing really new for us here. We can see black circles back here show us support at the yellow zone, resistance at the green zone. So clearly, if you just look at the black circles, ignore the current moment for market for a moment. Look at the black circles. Where was the best place to go short and sell this currency pair? That was the green zone. Look at the black circles. If you were going to go long, where was the best place to go long? The yellow zone. At least you don't want to go short right now. Even though the market is bearish, I don't think you want to go short at the current moment because there's clearly historical support at the yellow zone. So sellers are looking at the green zone or the breakout underneath the yellow shaded area. Buyers are looking for clues to support reversal 28.45, 28.70, the yellow zone, for it to turn back to the green zone or higher. Something else interesting, and I'll take it down to the 4-hour time frame here. Interesting is taking Fibonacci from the lowest low to the highest high you see here on the 4-hour time frame. Bottom, pink zone, top, purple zone. Fibonacci from that range puts the 382 right here at 28.60, middle of our yellow zone. 618 all the way down 27.57 under the orange zone, 236 closer to the green zone. So Fibonacci working out pretty well to help us identify these colored shaded areas on the chart. The areas of decision, support, and resistance are what we're trying to highlight. If you're going to sell it, don't sell it right now. It needs to break the yellow zone or rally back to the green zone. Buyers watching for support and reversal from some of these support levels. Let's take it on over to the dollar CAD. This currency pair clearly a downtrend. Long-term red trend line, shorter or mid-term the black trend line, clearly a downtrend. But we've run into some support 28.71, 28.40 down here at the bottom of the chart. Not too surprising. We spoke about this last week. Look back here where the big black oval is, and you can see a lot of support there into the orange zone before. So in the trade room, we spoke about if you're going to look for a buy, you always want to look for a buy at the lower spot, and that would be closer to that 28.70-40 level, the orange shaded area, if you're looking for support and reversal to go back up. So don't do it now. It's already bounced off it. In fact, let's zoom it in a little bit. You can see it's already bounced off it. If you're looking for a trade in the direction of the trend, though, the closer it gets to the blue shaded area, it becomes a better opportunity for that because it's rallied into resistance. It's gotten away from the support. If you're looking for a short, the blue zone, 29.60, 29.90 becomes an area to potentially take a short for reversal to go back down towards the orange zone or lower in the direction of trend. Breaking above that blue zone, maybe even a little bit higher than that, but breaking above the blue zone may be our first clues to maybe some reversal here for the US CAD to go back up. So orange zone, blue zone are our decision zones. We're smack in the middle. Not really a time to trade the dollar CAD at the current moment. Moving on over to the USDJPY, it's an uptrend. It's clearly been moving up. We've been buying it. I actually closed my long-term buy from about 2 weeks ago, down from the 112 level. Closed that as it challenged underneath 114.25. Now waiting for a new opportunity here for the US yen. I don't want to buy it right now. Take a look at this. I'm just going to grab this blue circle right here and move it right here. Take a look at what happened the last time we were at this green zone. Just look at that blue circle that I just moved there in the green zone, 14.25, 14.55. Look at what happened last time. Does this give you any confidence to buy it right now? I hope not. Because right now, we're at resistance. If you're going to buy something, you buy it at a lower price, not the highest price. Especially the last time we were here, we found resistance. Or the next reason to buy it would be that it breaks through that green zone. So let's go ahead and zoom it in here a little bit on the daily time frame. And again, you can see we've already found some resistance Friday and today. Don't buy it right now. It needs to probably settle out back into the yellow shade area. We'll talk about the uptrend pattern here when we get into the live trade room later today, but 113.65.90 is the yellow zone. That's at minimum our area to begin looking for a new long scenario towards the green trend line or green shaded area or higher. Breakdown of the yellow zone probably begins a little bit of pullback for the US yen. Moving on over to the AUDUSD. We've had a short here going for the past couple of weeks as well. We're still into profit. Good profit, at least. We're locked in, can't lose on the trade. I'm staying short on this currency pair. We broke through the blue trend line. There's a longer term weekly range that we've been discussing in the live trade room as well. If you want to see that, join us today. But we're under the blue trend line. Orange shaded area, of course, is current resistance. That is 76.20, 76.35. Only a break back above that would we look for a reversal to go back higher again. Purple zone, obviously finding support there. That is 75.95, 75.80. And of course, underneath that, oh, didn't mean to grab that. Underneath the purple shaded area, we would look for it to go lower. 100 period moving average also sitting down here at the yellow shaded area, 75.55 area. And it's an interesting target that we have for our current trade, down closer to 7,500. We'll talk about that later again in the trade room. Let's take it on over to the NZD USD. Look at the similarities between the black circle, black box on the left, blue circle, blue box on the right. Isn't that interesting? So we're at the top of a longer term range again. A breakdown of the green zone. Obviously last time we saw a significant reversal to go lower. So we haven't done that yet, but I think our focus still remains short. I don't think we want to focus long quite yet. Everything familiar and similar says, hey, let's focus on the shorts. If you're going to short it, you look at the orange zone, 72.85, 7,300. You target back down to the green zone at minimum. And of course, under the green zone, take a look at what happened last time over on the left-hand side of the chart. We'll look for some further movement lower here for the New Zealand dollar under the green zone, 72.20. 72.40. If you're looking for a long scenario, probably the closer you can get to the green zone, at least improves your potential risk versus reward. So long, you're looking at green zone, maybe above the orange zone, but you're looking at the pink zone as a cap right now for any longs. Short, under the orange zone, I think is our main focus, 72.85, 300 for the New Zealand dollar this week.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.